Hey everybody, welcome back. In today's video, I want to have a look at Sweat Economy. But before I do, I first want to thank today's sponsor, FairDesk. FairDesk is an exchange where you can go to trade your crypto at super low fees. FairDesk also allows for copy trading, so by clicking the link in the description, you can sign up and follow my trades live. But hurry, because there's only 50 people that can follow my trades live. And with no KYC required, there really is no reason not to head over there now and sign up using the link in the description. It's super easy. You literally just make an account and boom, deposit some crypto, you're trading. So thanks again to FairDesk, and back to the video. Now, taking a closer look at Sweat, we can see we're currently at the 7th of a cent, this 0.0077 level. And we've been around here for about a month, oscillating between these two resistance and support line, but while at the same time following this trend up. Now, we'll get into all of this. I first want to address the trend that I've drawn. Now, if you have a look at this top one, you'll see that it isn't quite aligned properly with the peaks. And basically, in a sense, it sort of is. But over here, obviously, there's a big discrepancy. And that's because where we first broke out from this trend and then went back down below. And we spent, whatever, a week, 10 days outside of this trend, but ultimately came back down and are now still following it. Now we'll need to wait a little while to see if Sweat does continue to stay within. It might try rally above again, and I do have a sneaking suspicion it will do this, because we've got a support down here at this 7th of a cent level, and we've got a strong resistance up here at this just below the 9th of a cent at the 0.0088 cents level. And this is it's another one of those resistances that before it was a resistance, it was a very strong support, and it took a long time to break down below. If I have a look here, it took 2 months basically to break down below this level, and when it did, it didn't retest it until a few weeks back. It wasn't able to, because once it broke down below this level, there was so little support left that it was able to drop, I think, 50% in basically a month, just over a month. And it spent the last 3 months regaining that and finally retesting this very strong resistance. And also, if we have another look, we can see that, obviously when it broke down below this resistance, the price fell pretty poorly, but it also, there was no sort of nothing slowing it down once it broke below this 10-cent mark. So we can see that Sweat sort of skipped the whole 9 cents here. So it went down from 10 to 0.08. Sorry, I'm saying 10 cents. It's 1 cent. Sorry. You can see at this 1 cent level, once it broke down below, it skipped the 9th of a cent. And I mean, it oscillated in between that range for a little while, but that was just mainly it's being rejected off this very strong support. That eventually got taken out, and when it did, is now a very strong resistance. What I'm trying to say here, basically, in a very roundabout way, is if we manage to break above this resistance, we can probably see a similar price move, where we break above this resistance, and if we break above it cleanly, we move up to like the cents level, basically. And then we'll probably see this play out in reverse a little bit, where we will basically, this will be our green wick up to the cents, and then for the rest of it, we'll be oscillating around, and then hopefully, for Sweat's price, it will continue to climb, and hopefully it will follow this sort of trend here. Now, if this trend is holding up at all, you can see it's pretty, it's been accurate the last 3 months. We can see that Sweat isn't due to retest this resistance again until mid-October, so about a month from now. And if it does, hopefully it will break above and break this trend line, and we'll have to move it to make something like this, and Sweat will break above and then rally, and then who knows where it will go, sort of thing. And again, this is sort of very speculation territory now. There is a good chance that Sweat just follows this trend line up slowly, and we don't get this big jump like we did last time up to the 1 cent mark. There's a big chance that Sweat just capitulates here and does nothing. Again, it's one of these altcoins where in a bear market, when not a lot is going on, no news is often bad news. But for Sweatcoin, a coin that I've been following, I'm trying to figure out why this rally has taken place over this time, and it's been sustained. Obviously, it's been 3 months of a rally, so it's not just some fluke. There is obviously good news, and there is obviously people buying and trading the crypto. I'm wondering whether it's down to the decreasing inflation rate of Sweatcoin, or whether it's down to this new they've introduced this new battle system where you compete with people on how many steps you can each walk, and whoever wins gets sweat. You know, like say you both put 10 sweat in, and whoever wins gets 20 sweat, that sort of thing. I think they've introduced that in America and Europe. I'm not too sure. So this is probably the reason why Sweatcoin has rallied, especially during summertime where we usually see most cryptos go down, and they have. Sweatcoin has done well. So taking a quick look at Sweatcoin on its BTC pair. Now, there's only one exchange that has Bitcoin and Sweat as a pair, and that's Bitfinex. And as we can see, it obviously doesn't get much volume because, you know, just looking at the graph, it's very static, if you get me. But we can see that Sweat has also been in an uptrend on its BTC pair since mid-June, which is the exact same on its USD pair. But ever since then, of course, zooming out, it's been doing pretty rough. But again, I kind of, this is something where it's tricky to say. If you took the context away of bull market and bear market and you just showed me this graph, I would say, yeah, Sweatcoin is looking pretty healthy right now. If you showed me this here, I would say, okay, it's retesting its highs. I would only know this is its high. I'd say, yeah, it's retesting its highs. It could get rejected, it could break above it, who knows, but it will probably retest this high in the near future, based on this bounce here and this trend that it's followed. If I zoomed out, however, and you showed me this, I would say, well, it does look like a trend reversal where we've bottomed out and it's climbed for the last 3 months, but it's still got a long way to go before it even comes close to this sort of 2.5 cent level, and you know, up to this 10 cent level is almost, you know, forever away. And if we actually take a look at, just see from the all-time high whereabouts we are, about 92% down, pretty much the same as the whole of the altcoin market. Again, I think Sweatcoin will do well. I think also the fact that now it's getting so difficult to make more of it. I think it's 4,500 steps per Sweatcoin, so a lot of people can now only get 1 Sweatcoin per day, and that's if they're doing all their steps that they're able to. And now that there's a bit of a fun aspect with it as well, like a game where you compete with people, you know, you put sweat in and compete for sweat out. I know that's basically gambling, but it's fun, it's a game, you know, you have to buy your NFT as well that will cost sweat so that you can play. So I think actually, to be fair, this is pretty bullish for Sweatcoin, personally. And I would say it's going to do well. And maybe Sweatcoin has had a trend reversal well before everybody else. And where other altcoins might see this sort of trend reversal in November, December, January time, maybe Sweatcoin beat everybody to the punch, and this is its low here. If I was going to give you guys a trade, I would say personally, I would put a buy order here at this 0.0074 level, and then I would put a sell at the 0.0082, and that would give you approximately a 10% move, 11% trade. And again, adjust that as you like with your risk parameters. I do think this price will come back down in the next few days. I think Bitcoin's got a few headwinds, and I think Bitcoin is coming down. September is bad now for Bitcoin historically. It could be green this time, who knows, but I think there's a bit of pain for Bitcoin to go. I think we could drop down to this 24k level like we were November or January, I can't quite remember. No, sorry, that was in like March for Bitcoin when we got to this 24k level, but we'll see anyway. I have a feeling we'll be coming down to revisit this, and I think the rest of the altcoin will feel it and be red over the next few days. So if you're going to put a bet on Sweatcoin and you want to know what bet I would do, this would be it. So yeah, take that and edit that as you like. That about wraps it up for this video today, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, give a comment down below. Are you holding Sweat? Have you ever bought any, or did you just pick it up from walking and now it's a crypto token that actually has value? Let me know in the comments. I love chatting with you guys. Thanks again. Take care. Check out the sponsor at FairDesk, and see ya.